$5 art supply challenge. Okay, so this is my haul from the Lutz thrift store. It was $4.86 without, like, after tax. So I got so much here. Are you ready for this? I was actually looking to spend money at the end. I got some buttons, 29 cents. This map was 56 cents. It's gonna be the backdrop, so that's fun. I got a stencil, $1.99. That was my most expensive item. At the end, I was like, okay, well, I can make all kinds of fun shapes. National Geographic, 59 cents. Lots of good pictures in here. I kind of like the big birds, the ostriches. So there's a lot of fun stuff. There's a lot of good colors. There might be some more than one thing. I got kids' rooms that was 29 cents. That's one of the things at the thrift stores that you can get magazines. And I thought I could do some really fun things with some of the items in here, or for borders. I saw a really fun border. Hold on. So that's going to be a fun border. Hold on. That's going to be a fun border, that quilt area. This fishies. So this was an amazing magazine. And then a Women's Day. And this is where I'm going to get my faces. So there's some good mouths. There's some good faces. All kinds of fun stuff in there. Women's Day is really good. It's usually the advertisements that are the best for this. Hold on. Let's find a good face. All right, let's keep looking. Oh, I love her. Oh my goodness, I'm probably going to use her face. He has a great face. Maybe we mix them, but there's so many good things. I think this is like a holiday one. So this is going to be fun. We're looking for a bigger face. That's a good face. Maybe we do a bunch with a littler face. Oh my gosh, a house. A house. This is the best. Okay, so we know that there's tons of stuff here that we can use. And then I got a little piece of sparkly string that's kind of Christmassy. So maybe this is going to be a Christmas one. So that was super fun. That is my haul from the Lutz thrift store. Lutz thrift store. So I am going to go and I'm going to cut out all kinds of images from these 3 magazines, and I'm going to Mod Podge this map onto the back of the page. So I've already done, before you got here, I've already glued 2 pages together. Okay, I glued 2 pages together, and what I'll do is I'll go and I'll just put parts of this map. Well, I guess we could do it now. I am not precious about maps. So back in the day, before we had GPS, you need to remember that every gas station handed out maps, right? So they're not an amazingly cool thing to lots of people like me who are old. And you could get yourself all worked up and never cut up maps, right? So just start hacking them up without thinking about it. Okay. These maps don't have very many roads. I don't know. Oh, Alaska. I was like, why don't these maps have roads? Because they're in Alaska and it's all no people. Okay, that's funny. That is a hoot. Okay, so can we get some out of there? Nope. So we're going to do this. And then I'm going to start tearing. Because I don't want a map behind here. I want different pieces of a map behind here, right? So that's, to me, that, I know that that may not sound very different, but when you see it done, because I'm not going to make you sit down here and watch me glue maps down. But when you see it done, you will see that when it's not all together, you get different color combinations than you would, right? Well, geez, if you wanted blue, you do really well with a map of Alaska, just saying. So, right, so see how that line goes through there? Once we break up that line and we put one this way and one this way, all of a sudden it doesn't feel as much like it's a cohesive map. It starts to feel like background. So I'll be back when I have this glued down for you. So we have today this fun stuff from the Lutz thrift store. Ooh, look at this. We got fun things we can draw. Oh, so I did all my cutting out, and I think this is going to turn out to be a super fun one, because I think I'm going to go up and down. Look at all these amazing, and I'm going to cut them in half so they're not so blocky. But look at all these amazing things I got for borders. Let's see if we feel like we can go all the way around or if we need a few more. I feel like we're going to make it. Looks like we made it. Oh, yeah. There we go. And I even have this extra piece. Okay. So let's get out our podge of Mod. Start putting these down. And like I said, oh, so I am going to be super cognizant of the fact that in the real world, things that are heavier go on the bottom. So these are going to be good transition ones, right? So we can do heavier to lighter, right? But things that are heavier are dark and on the bottom, and things that are lighter are on the top. And nobody but you and I will know that. And this is kind of a medium. I feel like this is more of a medium. So let's get these fishies in the medium middle. Nobody but you and I will know that, but what will happen is their eyes just will not be, like, they're not going to be questioning the basic premise of the page. And wait till you see the fun stuff I found for this page. I think you're going to like it. And I like that we're doing kind of a staggered one. So this is going up and down and up and down. Now we're turning a corner. All right, so we're going to need a little tiny piece in there. I got some fun stuff that we can do little tiny pieces of. Okay, here is this. So we got this kind of bubbly thing. I know it's not light. Let's put two bubbly things down there. If you're going to do something that's not like the rest, make sure you do it again, right? Then it looks like you meant to do it, right? I know. I'm so sneaky. I really do need to get out more. I am going to Michael's today because a gal said that the Sharpie paint marker, white paint marker, is good. And so, you know, I get to use one Sharpie on these projects. So I am going to go to the Michael's store. It's right around the corner from my house. I mean, it's not like I'm trekking off into the wilderness. But I'm going to the Michael's store to get that Sharpie pen so we can try and, because I don't want this one to have as much dark. I may not have any dark on this one. I don't have any paint or colors for this one because for some reason our thrift store hates paint in Florida. Probably because of the heat and the fact that if they sit outside, you know, at the donation centers and stuff, they lose their viscosity and turn into just nothing. But it is very frustrating for a magazine collager who has so many cool images, but nothing to write with. All right, let's put this one in here. I want to mix things up. We're going to go right in that seam. Oh, how fun is that one? All right, that one's got another little extra edge. Smoosh. This Okay, I want to cut this one. This is how I wind up with Mod Podge all over my hands. Okay, we're going to put this one along this edge. Actually, I think let's do the fish because they seem like a little bit deeper tone. Fishy, fishy, fishies. I feel like everything on this side is right side up and everything on this side is upside down. Not intentional. I don't spend a whole lot of time doing this because this is not the artwork. This is just the border, and it should be relatively fun, and people might want to look at it, but it should not be the focal point. Our focal point should be whatever we decide the focal point of the project is, right? And I think you're going to like it. We got a little Big Bang Theory tie-in here. From what I understand, people liked Big Bang Theory. I don't watch TV, and I think it was a comedy, and I especially don't watch comedies. I like a really dry humor, but I don't find like slapstick comedy or falling down comedy funny. I just feel sad for the people who fell down, and so then it's like, it's less funny, right? And you're just like, oh my gosh, you fell down. Don't we have one more piece? Literally, I need one more piece, people. Let me check. Nope, those are circly bits. All right, we're going to piece together some here. And one of the things about Mod Podge is it doesn't stick immediately. So sometimes you can feel like, boy, whatever magazine, that's the kids magazine. The kids magazine is super glossy. I found this piece. You were probably yelling at me. You're like, oh my gosh, you got a piece in the middle. Stop stressing out. Look at that. That's perfect. Yay, yes. Okay. So now let's talk about what we're going to do with this project. I almost feel like I want some kind of, like I did this border. I kind of want some kind of tag up here. Ooh, what if we did this? Okay, so I have to show you what's going on. We have, okay, my embellishment, this is our Big Bang Theory hook, okay? She was on, I guess, the Big Bang Theory, but I know her because she went and got a therapist's degree, and she has a YouTube channel, podcast thingy. And her theme song is very catchy. It's like, I'm gonna break down if you wanna break down. And I should never, ever sing. Mrs. Rapp in like the 7th grade, we were in chorus, and Mrs. Rapp said, who's that singing? And I was singing so badly that she called me out and kicked me out of the class, which as a child was kind of traumatizing, right? But as an adult, I realized how hurtful that was and that you should never, ever do that. And I think a lot of us that feel like maybe we're not good at singing or we're not good at art are just actually traumatized from our childhoods, right? Okay, so look, she's 75. It said so in the picture. So she's going to be our focal point, and I'm not going to mess with her face because I think it's amazing. Oh, but I do need a little bit of room for her because look at this. I'm going to make her a pail hat and put a flower on her head. Okay, so we are messing with her a little bit, but right? Like, so put a flower coming out of her pail hat. That's cute, right? This is why I want to do it more in white than in black all over, because I think this is going to be a happy, friendly one. Okay, so now I have these really cool tree fort houses thingy-mabobbies from the children's book. We're just going to keep gluing it until it sticks. Okay, so we have these tree fort thingies, and I thought what I could do was I could use them to make like a bridge, like draw a bridge that she could be standing on. All right, if we tip her head, don't forget, we can tip her head. Let's get our bridge down as far as we can. Okay, so then we can have Mayim. I wish I knew how to say her name better. And we could have her flower going that way, or we could kind of jaunty hat it. Oh, we're going to jaunty hat it. Oh, there we go. So we can kind of do that. We can make her neck a little smaller. Okay, so just everything will just fit if I put it precisely this way. Let's see, can we move it over a little bit? Yeah, we can move it over because I have some other cute things that we may want to think about. Okay, so I found this that I thought she could be holding, like behind her, like a stick holding, and then we could put the buttons up here and we could make a cool, which is the top? Hold on, we have issues with this book. I have two tops to this book because so here's the front. In the front, that's the top up here. And in the back, this is the top down here. So that halfway through the book, it's going to flip over. Okay, so I feel like I can put the top anywhere I feel like it. So if we have Mayim's hand here, we could actually go behind her if we felt like, right? Kind of, oh, I like that better. Like she's holding a giraffe and make like a I have these really cool circly bits. I don't know if I want to use that circly bit, but I may cheat a tiny bit and use this circly bit that I have. It's just leftover stash, you guys. Put that there, put a button on there. That could be really cute. Okay, so we have her. Now, we wanted to move her over. Now we have this adorable, so I found two dogs. So she has a dog for sure. She has this dog with a stick, which is so cute. But I also found this real dog and this stick bird, right? I thought he could hold the stick bird in his teeth. And we could, let's see. If we go this way, we're gonna have to go this way, you guys. So we have enough room over there. So we go that way. And then we have his stick bird, and it could go we could use the half a page, and we could put the other end of the bird behind her. That's kind of cute. I think this is too much. Because this is gonna get covered up a lot by the dog, but we have this. Maybe we could put him over here, right? Her little doggy friend. I feel like he stands out more there. So if we move this all the way over, I don't actually need those, or we could move them up here. Let's not get stuck with what we had in our head. Okay, what if we move these up here? We move her over. We have way more room for so we can kind of put her there, and then draw her neck. She can have her dog friend. Do we make, there we go. Do we make this dog skinnier coming out of just this fort? We ixnay on this ortfe. We have him coming out of that fort. That gives him a body, right? Because things look weird with no body. And he has the bird stick. I can move the bird stick wherever I feel like it. Okay, now we move her up here. There we go. We're getting it. And the bird's I almost think the bird's over here. No, the bird's on her. Dog's over here. Dog can even move up and where do we want the bird? Because don't forget, we have a bendy part. So he could be holding this part, and it could bend down here, and the bird could be over there. Okay, that looks good. Now you're thinking, what about the top? So we have her flower, right? I have all kinds of fun balloons for up here. And we're gonna use the fun balloons. Nope. But it can go under here where that can cross it, right? So there's a fun balloon. We can even cheat some of that. We have this fun balloon that can come down here. Look how fun that is. All right, that's good. Do we have another one? I need one down here. We could have one in the air, floating around. I think that's my only whole balloon. I think that could be cute. What do you guys think? The other thing we could do, see, I spend more time on this part than I spend on the gluing down, right? Like everybody else wants to be, oh, I kind of like that better. Everybody else wants to be super fancy about taking care of their glue and stuff like that. I want to make sure that the design that I pick is cute before I glue it down. So this is this cute lady. She's got her pail hat on with her flower. We can fix whichever thing over there we don't like. Oh, this works better, right? So now we have him all happy with his stick. Uh-oh, do we need... He can just sit there and be happy with his stick, or maybe I don't need him. Oh, I think he's got to go. I think that it's just this lady's holding this flower with her dog. What do we think? And then we have a balloon somewhere, maybe behind his head, because we have the ability to make her holding the stick, and then it kind of makes sense. Well, it doesn't make sense. People don't hold sticks with birds, but makes more sense than all the crap I was trying to figure out. Okay, hold on. Let's get her hand in here. She's a very accomplished actress and a graduate of good colleges. And little did she know that sometimes some person was gonna make her hold a bird on a stick. Oh, did I cut through there? Yeah, I cut through there. It's just not right. Okay, so we can have her hold that in her hand. This is just heavy duty right now. Okay, what do we think? I think that's it. Okay, I am going to go stick this down, and then I will come back, show you it stuck down, and then I have to go to Michael's. Be right back. BRB. Okay, so I went to glue my dog down and couldn't do it. So anyways, I wanted to just real quick show you the paper dolls I'm making for this project. I just stuck a corner of the snip scissors into this bucket, and I'm cutting a hole for it because I want to stick this flower stem down in there. And I know I have way too much flower stem. But when you make your paper dolls, it does help. Okay, let's cut off a bit of that. It does help to kind of know what's going on. There we go, that's kind of cute. All right, so there's her. And then I was putting this on here, and I'm gonna have her holding. So I was getting ready to put the dog down, right? But a piece of the dog's stick might go over Mayim, right? It looks like it maybe won't, but it could, so then I had to put it on my hand. And this is how you wind up covered in Mod Podge at the end of the day. All right, so I am just gonna put her right here with her foot on here, and this lady is gonna move down a tiny bit, so, oops, sorry. We are gonna stick down Mayim, except for her hand. That way I can start to have some stability in my people, because the way you can sell it is by making it look like it would really be happening that way. And if you can make them look like they're actually doing what you're purporting them to do. All right, I am this time going to kind of try to get rid of some of these wrinkles. You can use a card, you can use whatever you like. You can smoosh them out with your fingers if they're not terribly dirty. Okay, so that's smooshed down. Let's do her head, and we don't have to have a crazy long neck. Let's have a decent long neck, so let's put her head right there. So it's just below the line above the kabutin sound. All right, and we will have some wrinkles because we have wrinkles in our bottom, right? We have wrinkles in our border. We have no, stop it. All right, here we go. So we're gonna kind of tip her head this way because the bird is the other way. We gotta go right below the kabutin C. We are gonna try to push as, well, she already has wrinkles because she's 75. I love her. Okay, that's stuck down. All right, now we can do the dog. And I think the dog will not actually be touching Mayim, but it wasn't worth taking the risk and then having to pull things up, and this sticks. And so I'm putting his back foot right on there. Nope, doesn't touch her. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh, his tail doesn't have any behind it. I didn't go up far enough. And I am using these Fancy Pants makeup brushes. Can't remember if I told you about them. So this is the thing, you guys. I know that some of you are like, we know it's the Lutz thrift store. But what happens is I do these in sections. So I will do a bunch of backgrounds. And you know I do that from some of my other videos. So I'll do a bunch of backgrounds. So the other day I did the backgrounds on this one, the one with the Tiger King, and the faces one. And then I finished the Tiger King one, the tiger behind the stairs. I finished the tiger behind the stairs, and I cut out the stuff for this one. And then, so I am not going to be able to flatten him very much because he already has a ton of Mod Podge on him. But that's okay, keeps him safe. And I am using I'm going to be using a Sharpie paint pen. Paint pens work great on Mod Podge. Don't forget, if you're going to be using anything watercolor, you can't put Mod Podge on the top or it won't sit on there. Okay, so now we need to, okay, so this is going to go in her hand. I feel like I need to get this in her hand. Oh, it's going to gotta go over a bend too. Let's make this as challenging as possible. So then we have the bend. Okay, so the bend is where we really need to worry about. You know what? You know what, people? Ha! You're not fooling me. I am going to glue the snot out of this part. I'm going to stick it in her hand. And then wherever that comes out is where, so part of the problem right this second that's causing me a little bit of anxiety is that is the back cover of, see how good it looks in her hand? That is the back cover of the National Geographic. So everything else is magazine pages, and that is really super stiff. And of course, that's the part that we're putting over the bend. So I am going to make this bird look however I want this bird to look like, and then I will just draw in the difference, even if I have to use a pencil, because this is a simple supplies challenge. I know. Everybody's got pencils. Plus, mostly nobody would notice, except us, because we are paying attention, but almost nobody else will notice, just us. I don't think that's sticking down in there at all, but that's okay as long as I get this stuff stuck and get... Yeah, this is not sticking at all. Okay, in the hole, birdie down. Try to at least get it close. Hold it for a second. Now this won't wrinkle at all because it's hard cardstock paper. I may not have any Mod Podge underneath there. Okay, so this is what you do when you're desperate. You put your other products on there. You hold them down. Okay. All right, now let's figure out her hat. Ooh, we got quite a bit of room for her stem. Ooh, I love that. How cute is that? So we can cheat her stem even a little. Oh, it looks even cuter when you cheat it. Okay, so we're going to put her stem kind of that height at that angle. This is why I leave the back, because then I can make a paper doll out of it. Boop, boop, boop. Then just glue the whole darn thing down instead of having to try to do two things at once. As you can see, I may not be the world's most coordinated mixed media magazine collagist. I watched this one guy doing magazine collage, and he has a Sharpie knife, and he's cutting things out, and he's gluing things down without looking all derpy, and I'm like, oh, to be that cool and derpless. All right. Uh-oh. We lost the tail. Oh, and of course it's right on that bend. I'm going to spend the rest of my life sticking that tail on that bend. All right, here we go. Let's just do a little bit of A little bit of sweeping up there. All right, I think it looks cute. I will go to Michael's and I will be back. Okay, so I tried to buy Sharpie pens, but they didn't have any. I was at Target instead of Michael's, but they did have Jelly Roll Classic pens, which I think some people might have. They were 3 for $5. So what is that? $3. And then, so $1.66 each. Right? I think that's right. All right. So, Jelly Roll. I do like a Jelly Roll pen. Sometimes with these pens, you need to check if there's a little ball on the end. If they don't work at all, you want to check them. All right, so here we go. We're going to come down here and we're gonna pick something to do. So since there's circles here, I wonder, do we use circles in our border? Would that be fun? Okay, let's do this. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Okay, I don't want them to be too close together. And I'm not gonna go over my cow pens are pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna do that around the outside border. Circles every, let's say, 1.25 inches. It's actually, to me, it feels like right between, like in the middle of that next one, right? Okay, so those are gonna be there. Then, once I'm done with that, I am going to go around the entire piece. I would like to tell you that I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna measure it out, but I'm not. I'm gonna go the outside of the line and make squares. There we go, it's coming out again. Sometimes you just gotta keep working it to get it to come out. And I'm gonna fill this in with like a squiggly, 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 squiggly. Not totally filled in, not totally filled in. Okay, so that is gonna help unify that outside. I am here to tell you, I will be going in the inside of the dots, like in the inside of the thing with a different color. Probably blue, because I have a Pitt pen with blue. And I would love to say I could help myself, but I can't. I can't help myself. So, so because I'm doing that with the circly bits, right? Now we know I can go and just draw this border and not have to worry, because I'm going to draw lines across it, right? All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to outline everything with white, and you'll be surprised how much that really brings everything together. And with a gel pen, you want to let it kind of glide along the top, and it will smear, but a paint pen would smear too. See, white gel pens are pretty nice. So I am going to outline all of that. I am going to make her neck. I'm going to outline all of the balloons. I'm going to outline all the dog. And we'll be back. We'll see what we need, if we need anything more. I may do some like neck size up circles to kind of cover up some of the bigger. There's Juno. Remember we're in Alaska, right? Use some of those circles to cover up the bigger things and kind of break up background. So a couple of you guys have said you like to see the doodling. Honestly, I am going to be doodling for a couple of hours tonight, and I understand that I could fast forward it, but I can't get that much footage on my phone. So it would be doodle, take footage off my phone, doodle, take footage off my phone. So I love ya, but when I'm doing a couple hours of doodling, maybe one day I'll do like, I have thought about taking one of my older projects, like something, and doing some doodling in it to show you. That I might do, because the majority of the doodling will already be done, and I'll just show you some different bits. But for this, I'm going to be spending a couple hours tonight doodling, so love ya, but you don't get to come along. Okay, now that I've gotten a chance to look at this, I do like the white outlines. I'm going to be doing lots of that, but for the main characters, I'm going to outline them in black, because Otherwise, you aren't going to be able to see them on the page. Hashtag slightly cheating. I am finishing up this one, and I thought you would like to come along. So one of the things I've been doing is drawing circles around the edge, and I'm using this little circle here from this stencil. And I have to tell you, I have been, the gel pen stays wet longer than some of the things I'm used to using. So I kind of have to be a little bit more careful. And I've been doing this, so I kind of set this in the circle and then just go around it. And I was starting to do the edge, and I don't know if it makes enough difference. Maybe we'll do some more of them and see if I think it makes a difference. I love having the white pen, but I also feel like it has hurt not to have a black pen to really make a big mark on things. But I do think this one is coming out super cute. And here I'm just making them kind of randomly where I think they'll be noticeable. And I have to say, oops, I was just gonna say these gel pens are nice and juicy. And they are, they're nice and juicy. They're Jelly Roll 10s. So that is the kind of pen this is. This is the one I got at Target, because they didn't have the Sharpie corrector pen that the gal recommended who made a comment. Okay, so let's see what we think. Let's do a little bit more because I have these drawn out already. I just don't have them filled in. And to make the squares, I just do a line, I do squiggles, and then I do a line down. Line, squiggles, line down. Sometimes I can get away with just the squiggles, but most of the time I do a line. Yes, kitty? So part of what I'm doing with this white today is I'm trying to knock back a little color on the map, right? Because the map isn't supposed to be the focus. My lady is. Okay, let's see if we think that makes a huge difference. Let's see, if we did it over here, it would be kind of like this, so we can fill this in real easily. I like doodling. It's very calming to me, and I never stress out about it. I don't think you can do the doodling part wrong. What do we think? Do we think that it's... Well, I'm going to keep thinking about it until I'm done, and then I'm going to be like, okay, well, we're done anyways. So we may wind up with a loud noise because my husband is at the store. Whenever he comes home from the store, the doggy... Oh, we didn't get this outline down here. Whenever he comes home from the store, the doggies go a little bit crazy. We have 3 doggies. We have 2 of our own, and then my mother-in-law, who lives with us, has a little tiny doggy. His name is Max. We call him Nervous Max because he is nervous about everything. Although honestly, if I was living with my mother-in-law, I would be nervous about everything too. That's not fair. It's funny. I cracked myself up. Okay, so we're getting close here to kind of getting all the way around. And I feel like I forgot to... No, I outlined there. Just that one corner I didn't do. That's weird. And you can really, if you're a righty like I am, you can kind of work around this way if you're cognizant of not rubbing on the right side, right? So I have to be careful with this juicy pen and have my hand off to this side so that I'm not going over where I am. And so a big way to do that we sometimes forget to do is to turn the book instead of turning your arm, right? We get in a habit of trying to work our arm around things, and instead we should be turning the page. Okay, we're almost done. You're gonna have to let me know if you like the doodling part. I think it wouldn't be as fun to watch the doodling part, which is why frequently I will just do it off with myself. Okay, so one last thing we're gonna do. I'm using this little bit bigger circle-y stencil right here to make circles and to try to cover up some of the biggest parts. Is it that one? That seems really big. It's this one. And kind of merge some of these papers that have edges. See how I just combine that? That can be a good way to put an intersection. And I'm just trying to stay kind of away from the wet gel pen here. And I don't think it matters if I'm going up and down or side to side. There we go. All right, can we get some more up here? And I don't think anybody will notice the frequency of it. I think they will, I don't think they're gonna notice it at all. I think they're gonna have more of a chance of noticing my lady. I feel like I'm missing one, maybe right in here. Let's take a peek back. Oh gosh, I can maybe get 2 here. Yay. And so I am done with all the normal doodling. I might come in, and since I have this really fun stencil, I might come in and do some squares in here or do some designs. I might go around and do like a half circle around the whole thing where the, I can do it on the bottom and show you. Say I do this, boop. And then I'll put a lines, things width between them. Try not to touch them as I go. And like I said, please don't feel like you can mess up your doodles, because nobody but you is going to be really looking at your doodles. So now we have to let them dry a little bit, but I can do this one. So maybe we'll go that way first. And gel pens will write on Mod Podge because that's why they're so wet. They're putting a layer of that gel on, and then then you have to wait for them to dry, right? And I'm gonna go this way, and I'm not gonna try to be perfect. I'm just trying to get some more of the gel on there. It's cute. And then I could put like a dot between them. And you just want to build on your doodling. And the reason why I wouldn't do this all with you is because I would just sit and watch TV, and I would go and make my circles, and then I'd make my dots, and I'd make them fill in. But I think for right now, we can call this lady done. She's super cute. I feel like these circles, and the reason why I can feel comfortable saying I'm done without finishing all the circles is because these circles at the bottom are mimicking these circles at the top. So to me, oh, you know what else I was gonna do? I was gonna maybe put some stripes on these little ones. Oh, this gel pen isn't doing as much, but that's nice because that made light stripes, and this will make heavier stripes, and then they look different. Oh, this one's much gooier. We can let this dry out for 1 wee second, and we can put circles. I don't want to mess up my big flower. I paid up for this stencil because I paid, of my $5 budget, I paid $2.99 for this. And I have to say, I have already used it in a different project to make circles on a dress, and it has been delightful. In fact, I am almost thinking I might cut this in half so I can kind of carry this little part. This is my favorite part. I might sometimes want to, I used it to make those big circles, so maybe I will leave it together. But all right, that's it. Hopefully that helped. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.